I hope you're all well. Today we are going to be starting a new weekly vlog. I didn't do one last week because I was focusing on finishing my 6-year BookTube anniversary video, and I really missed doing a weekly vlog, I'm not gonna lie. I missed having my weekly rambles with you and having a chat about the books I was reading. I was still doing that, but there was a couple of books that I did read that I didn't chat with you about because I was reading them in the background. So anywho, we're back to a weekly vlog and I'm excited. And this week, it is the week that my anniversary is actually going to be in. So the anniversary is on Sunday this week. Today is currently Monday. And I have some fun little things planned on the weekend. I'm doing a Happy Hauntings readathon with my patrons for the whole weekend. So we're going to be doing lots of reading sprints and lots of reading. And I'm planning to roll as I go with Spookopoly this week, even though I haven't completed the prompts from my original rolls in my October TBR. I'll come back round to those next week and the week after to wrap up the month and hopefully get all of the prompts done, fingers crossed. But I thought it would be fun this week because I've kind of been stuck, well, not stuck, kind of, because I've been reading the books for the 6-year BookTube anniversary video, and those books were kind of out of my control a lot. I wanted to semi-mood read but also do it in a fun way, so we're mood reading using Spookopoly. I'm gonna make it work. Somehow it's gonna be fun, okay? And we're doing it for the whole week. I was just gonna do a weekend vlog, but we're doing it for the whole week and I'm really excited. So before we get into the first roll, I would like to thank the sponsor of today's video, who are serious readers. You have probably heard me mention them before. I absolutely love my Serious light. It is a stunner and I use it very regular. You can make it lighter, you can make it darker, you can make it more focused. You can shift this around a lot. I do have the one that has got the more sturdy base on it because I tend to use it here. I'm not moving it around the house too much. I do on occasion put it in the bedroom or downstairs, but I'm not moving it around too much. But I absolutely love this light. It does have daylight wavelength technology, which does replicate daylight as close as technically possible, which really helps with things like eye strain and things like that. And as a migraine sufferer myself, who has just come out of a 2-day migraine, this light really does help out with things like that, especially now that it's getting darker and we're into the winter months. And it's getting darker very quickly in the day, and even in the morning it's darker later in the morning. So, and obviously I do get up with Andy these days, so I'm getting up in the pitch black. This light does help out with things like that, especially when I'm trying to catch up on some reads and get quite a bit of reading in. So if you would like to get £100 off a high definition light and free UK delivery, I do have a code for you, which is Steph24. I will leave it on the screen here, but you will also be able to find it with a link to Serious Readers in the description box down below. Please do go and check them out. I cannot recommend them enough. I absolutely love this thing. It is my favourite and I adore it. So thank you again to Serious Readers for sponsoring this video. I truly appreciate it. And without further ado, shall we get into our first Spookopoly roll, because I am excited to see how this is going to go. Okay, so let's go again. Do our first roll. Let's start on go. Oh, the pumpkin is spinning. Okay, let's go. Okay, we got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A chance card. Oh, good lordy dordy. Let's shuffle these because I has not done that. Okay, we have, can you focused? We have, ooh, killing, stalking. Okay, what a start to the week. We'll be back here in no time. Okay, so our first roll did get us a chance. Now, I didn't explain this before we got into this, but I have, for the community shelf, I have put the other prompts back in that I was using originally for my October TBR. So we had Big Book, over 500 pages, vampires. I put Box back in. I did end up pulling that one out, but I've put it back in because it's a general one to put in. And I did put read a horror and pick up an arc in there as well, but I also added manga and graphic novel, haunted house, a reread, our fantasy bingo and horror bingo, which are a couple of other TBRs that I've got going on in the background that I could do with working on. So I've added those to the community shelf, and then for chance I have Burn the Negative by Josh Winning, Over My Dead Body, which is a graphic novel, We Used to Live Here by Marcus Cleaver, Wolf Gone Wild by Juliet Cross. Yes, I think so. And then also Killing Stalking, and I didn't specify what volume for this one because my thought process is that I can keep putting it back in until I'm up to date with Killing Stalking, and that is what did come out. So we are going to be reading Killing Stalking volume 4 for the first book for this vlog, and I'm looking forward to this one. I haven't continued with Killing Stalking so far for a while, so I do only have up till volume 5 though, but I think there's volume 6 is definitely out now, and I think volume 7 might be out now, but if not, it's on its way out by the end of the year, I think. So yeah, we're gonna do Killing Stalking. This one does follow Yoon Bum, who in the first volume has an obsession with this guy called Sang-woo and ends up kind of semi-stalking him. I know some of you are going to be going, but Steph, that's a trigger for you. I know. It didn't carry on for too long. If anything, the psychoticness of this series just kind of kicked in. So don't ask. This is honestly like all aboard the fucked up train, because choo choo, let's go. This is messy as anything. So Yoon Bum has this obsession with Sang-woo and one day ends up finding himself in Sang-woo's house. However, Sang-woo is not the man that he thinks he is, and we end up in a situation where Yoon Bum ends up stuck in Sang-woo's house against his will, if you like. It's really, really messy, a huge headfuck, very, very, very bizarre, and it's all Katie and Gavin's fault that I'm reading this even to begin with. So let's all blame them collectively. Katie Coulson and Gav, you are to blame for this. I think, to be fair, it's all started with Katie, so it's their fault. So volume 4, I'm going to be reading this one first for this vlog, and I'm excited to roll as I go. So let's get into this, shall we? Good morning. It is Tuesday and I am running late for work. Which is a surprise to everyone actually, because recently I've been very early for work, but I'm late today and that's alright. I did read Killing Stalking volume 4. I actually ended up reading this morning. I got up with Andy, I read this, and then I actually did go back to sleep, so I do feel a little bit like death, I'm not gonna lie. So I have read this one. I've done my next roll, which I will show you in a minute, but my thoughts on this, you know, sometimes what happens is I get really confused with who's talking, because the speech bubble might not go to a certain person, or who is who. Something has happened in this situation where the police are like involved now, and there is like one policeman that we've kind of been following, and then something happens with Sang-woo and Yoon Bum in the house with this policeman, and then as we carry on with what's just happened, I can't seem to figure out which policeman is talking. Like, they look the same, and I can't for the life of me figure it out. And on occasion the speech bubbles aren't specifically going anywhere, we're just kind of guessing who's saying what, and it can get a little bit confusing. But in general, I am still enjoying this story as much as I possibly can, and I will still continue. I am very intrigued. It is like a car crash, you know, you probably shouldn't be looking, but you just can't help it, and I'm gonna continue on with it. I'll probably give this one 4 stars. It did start to get a little bit confusing, and I was losing my mind a little bit, and sometimes having to flick back through pages to see if I've missed a page or something. But 4 stars for this one. So let's go into the next roll and I'll tell you what I'm picking up next. Okay, so this is where we last landed on chance. Let's do our second roll. Okay, we got 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 black, which is to read a book with a black cover. Okay, so the next roll was black cover. Now, with this one, I kind of, as stupid as it sounds, I kind of struggled because there was a specific book I really wanted to pick up, and I'm kind of hoping that maybe I would be able to pick it up later in the week, maybe over the weekend. And I was trying to see whether or not I could make it fit, but I think I was taking the piss a little bit. So I did decide to go for The Haunting of Ashburn House by Darcy Coates. Now, the roll that I just showed you, I actually filmed yesterday after filming the Killing Stalking roll, because I thought I would get to that book a lot quicker than I did. And I didn't. I thought I would be saving myself time. But regardless, I have started this. Now, this is on my horror bingo board. I can't remember if it's on my fantasy. I don't think it is, but I think it's on my horror bingo board. I have read from Darcy Coates before, and it was a haunted house story, and I gave it 3 stars. It was okay. So I am interested to see how this will go. And so far I'm currently 39 pages in. Andy interrupted me partway through a chapter. My intention was to continue on with this after I'd finished Killing Stalking this morning, but I was just too tired. So we're following Adrian, and she has, at the beginning of this, the first chapter is a childhood memory of hers, of her mum running out of the house with Adrian in her arms, cramming her in the car, forgetting to put her belt on and driving away from the house because of something that's happened. We don't know what. I assume we're gonna kind of keep going back to these memories. Now, 17 years later, we're back with Adrian, and she's found herself in a situation where she really needs a place to stay. She's actually inherited Ashburn House and from a long distant relative, and she decides that she's going to go there. She's got nothing to lose by going there. At the moment, I think she's like no job and she's struggling for a place to stay, things like that. So she goes back to the mansion. She only sees it as a lifeline until darkness falls. She's got a cat called Wolf, and the cat already seems to have had a little bit of a visceral reaction to the house. And we are about to spend our first night there, so I'm interested to see how this is going to go. She's already seen markings on the walls and like on the headboard of the bed and things like that, and something bizarre has already happened with Wolf and maybe an entity, I don't know. Strange messages are etched into the walls, furniture moves when she leaves the room, and a grave hidden in the depths of the forest hints at a terrible, unforgivable secret. Something twisted lives in her house, its hungry eyes ever watchful. Chasing the threads of a decades-old mystery, it isn't long before she realises she's become prey to something deeply unnatural and intensely resentful. She has no idea how to escape. She has no idea how to survive. Only one thing is certain: Ashburn's dead are not at rest. So I'm really hoping that this might scare the pants off me. That's what I want for this. I don't know how long it will take me to read this. I am at work today, but my brother needs my car tomorrow, and I'm not going back to West Orton again until Friday. So I'm leaving the car with him, which means that I'm waiting at my brother's tonight till 7 so that Andy can pick me up on his way home from work, and we need to nip and see his mum. It's her birthday today. So really rambly, and I've missed doing this, honestly. So this evening I probably won't get any reading done. We will have some tea, maybe watch a little bit of telly, and then end up going to bed. I am also in the background reading Training Your Heart by Paisley Hope. I'm still making my way through that book. Comes out on the 17th, and I aim to have it finished by then so I can do a review on Instagram. So I'm currently reading that. I'm really enjoying it, by the way, having a very good time, and I'm feral for Wade Ashby, so that's going great. If in the meantime I manage to roll something to make that fit this bit while I'm still reading it, I will do that, but there's a good chance I'll probably finish that before I have chance to roll maybe again, because I'm reading it at night when I go to bed. This is an audiobook. So, and then tomorrow and Thursday Andy's off. I don't know what we've got planned, but I probably will find some time to read, but I still need to edit my Sunday's video and also wrap that video up, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this will be my next read, and I'm interested to see how it goes, so I better get myself off to work. Okay, hello, good morning. It is Thursday. It's currently 6:30 in the morning. I got up with Andy this morning. He's not supposed to be at work. It's meant to be his days off, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which is why I didn't speak to you yesterday. I ended up having actually quite a very busy work day yesterday. I was editing the 6-year BookTube anniversary video, and it took me forever to do. So I was editing that, and then I ended up making some graphics for a very exciting readathon that I have decided to host in December. So keep your eyes peeled for that, but if you were interested in what that could potentially be, go and have a look at Literature Readathon Instagram. because it was something for that, and I'm really, really excited. It took me like 2 hours to make these graphics. It took me forever, but I am here with a reading update for you. Oh, Andy, that's what I was talking about. He ended up getting a call yesterday from his manager asking whether or not he wanted to come in today and do some overtime. He doesn't usually get the opportunity to do a lot of overtime anymore, with him being in the position that he's currently in. And he definitely won't with his new promotion. If I didn't tell you, he got a promotion at work, which is fucking great news and well deserved, so I'm very proud of him. But yeah, he's decided to go in this morning. He didn't have to go in this early, but his mum's at work as well. It's her shift in. They're on opposite shifts, so he decided to pick her up on the way and take her to work. So he's gone in early this morning, and I thought I would take that as an opportunity to get up and get some reading done, because I've been slacking, guys. I've been slacking and I'm really mad. So just off of Spookopoly for a second, I am still reading Training the Heart by Paisley Hope. I want to have this finished today because I want to do my review today. This did come early. It's from Waterstones. And yeah, I am currently on page 258 and I'm still loving this so much. So later on today, I will probably end up picking this up. I'm not going to do it first thing this morning because I will want to go back to bed and want to go back to sleep if I push myself too hard with physically reading so early in the morning. So I will go back to this later on, but still absolutely loving it. Still absolutely feral for Wade. So having a very good time with that. Now, I was reading The Haunting of Ashburn House by Darcy Coates for black cover. Since Monday, have only made it to page 50. Now, I didn't read anything on Tuesday. I did read a little bit yesterday. So I got to page 39. I'm making a note of what I've been reading. I got to page 39 on Monday. I didn't read anything on Tuesday. And then I read about 11 pages yesterday. And I just cannot get into this. I am bored out of my mind. Honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not intrigued enough. This has not immediately gripped me to the point that I can't put this down, and I just don't care. Now, I don't know if that's my mood or if I mean, I gave it 39 pages the other day. Like, I don't know how much more of a chance. It's a horror, so I think at this point, 50 pages in now, I should be intrigued and hooked. Like, this book isn't that long. I should be intrigued and hooked and not be able to put this down. Do you know what I mean? That's the point I should be at already with this book. 329 pages long. It's not very long, and I think I should already be hooked and interested in what's going on with this, and I truly just don't care. So I'm actually going to DNF this. I then found myself, I think I'd already made this decision on Tuesday because I wasn't hooked 39 pages in and I didn't care. I think I already made the decision on Tuesday, but I kind of forced myself to go back to this yesterday because I felt like there was an obligation, and I had a little bit of decision paralysis because I couldn't decide whether I should pick a different black book up to fulfill the prompt or just roll again. And it really, some people will understand this because there will be some of you out there who also have decision paralysis for whatever reason, but it can be for the smallest of things, like, do I roll again or just pick another black book up? Which some of you will be like, I would just make a decision in that moment and it will be fine. It's not that deep, you know? It's not that big of a deal. It's not that deep, and I get it. But for some reason, this decision paralysis had me in such chokehold yesterday, not a good one, that I just couldn't pick a book up at all. I went to bed and eventually picked up Training the Heart, but it took me all fucking day to pick a book up, and I'm really mad at myself for wasting that time. So yeah, I had some decision paralysis. I asked my patrons yesterday what I should do, and they were like, just roll again. And if you want to come back to the prompt towards the end of the reader, like towards the end of the week, you can do. So, because I could fulfill it with a graphic novel, but I do want to pick some other books up. I want to try and get through a chunk of books this week. So yeah, I am DNFing this one. Whether or not that's permanent, I don't know. I may keep it on my shelves to potentially come back to in future, but I'm not 100% certain. If anybody's read this and can let me know, I don't know. Is it just that it starts off really slow, or I just don't know. I don't know. I'm just not intrigued enough. I just don't care. There was a moment, one moment, maybe a few pages back, it was yesterday, where I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I've got to a point where there's like a bunch of girls coming around now. I don't know if they want to just check out Ashburn House or they want to actually have a chat with her. But I just don't care. I do not care. I want to get to the horror. Frighten me. I'm not frightened. I feel like I'm at a girls' club. I'm not frightened. So anyway, we're DNFing this, which is a huge shame. But it is what it is, because I've only just recently bought that as well. And I was really hoping to get maybe a win from Darcy Coates as well at some point, because I did give, what was the other one that I tried that by the time it got to it, I really wasn't, by the time I finished it, I really wasn't that fussed. Sorry. The lighting's terrible because I really can't be bothered to get my umbrella light out. So we're by lamplight. Charles fucking Dickens. If anyone knows that sketch, who is it that does it? Is it, I can't remember if it's Michael Myers, not Charles fucking Dickens, or Lee Evans. It's just really funny. Anyway, if anyone knows it, you're my people. Yeah, Gallows Hill, I wasn't overly fussed by it. I think I gave it like 3 stars. So anywho, we're gonna roll again on this basis. I'm gonna get out of this decision paralysis. We've got, I don't know how long we've got today, but I am doing patron sprints with my patrons from 9 o'clock. Bright and early this morning. I could have done them earlier, but I didn't want to force them out of bed too early. So let's do another roll and see what we get, shall we? Okay, we're going handheld. We were on black. We're gonna roll. Okay, 12. Yes, 12. I don't know why I was being dumb then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, mood read. I could totally make that work. Winner. Okay, mood read. Now, I could slot Training the Heart into, I was just looking at the other book that I'm currently reading. I could slot Training the Heart into this because this is a mood read and complete that prompt very quickly. However, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to take advantage of this mood read prompt, because there's a book that I'm dying to read that when I look at the prompts on the board will not come up very easily. So, and this was the book that I was actually trying to fit in for black cover, but I just didn't think that the cover was black enough, because it's black cover, not black on the cover specified. Now I know nobody's policing this, but I am, because I run readathons, I am particularly anal about stuff like that. So anywho, the book in question is Bonded by Thorns by Elizabeth Helen. Now, I have wanted to read this since it came through the door, and then it's become quite popular, and then I kind of lost interest a little bit. I didn't, but I did, and I'm not sure why. I think it was because I tried the Wren and the Holly library, and in a fit of I don't know what was wrong with me, I DNF'd that book and then immediately unhauled it, and I have a little bit of regret about it. And I think because of that, I've decided to put this off, because it's also a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So I think I decided to just put it off on that basis. Now, I love me a good Beauty and the Beast retelling. I love Beauty and the Beast. So I am excited about reading this one. It sounds really good. It sounds intriguing, and I know that the quartet is now out. The whole series, I think, is out. Yeah, I think it's a quartet. At least book 4 is out anyway, Beast of the Briar. So I'm interested about this one. I don't know anything about it. 4 Handsome Fae Princes. I've got it open on Amazon. 4 Handsome Fae Princes, 1 Awkward Bookworm, an Enchanted Veil, a Beastly Curse to Break. A spicy Beauty and the Beast retelling filled with enchanted fae, morally grey characters, a sinfully hot villain, and princess who has found her Prince Charming. All 4 of them. I think it's a why choose from the trope list on here. Fated Mates, Forced Proximity, Grumpy Sunshine, Enemies to Lovers, why choose, Reverse Harem, Enchanted Castle, cute. Awkward Sunshine, FMC, Touch Her and Die, Sign Me Up, Magical Winter Solstice Ball, Sword Crossing. Hot villain. Fascinating. So yeah, I think I'm going to go into this. I am in the mood to give this a read, and also I will know then if I want to get the rest of the series, because then I can whack them on my wish list. Yeah, I'm going to go into this one. So let's go. Let's get some reading done. Let's go. See how much damage I can make in this before patron sprints at 9 o'clock. It's currently 6:45. Hello, it's 1:45 in the afternoon. I have some updates. Some updates for you. I have rolled again, but this lot came in the mail. I think it's all from Amanda. She said she was sending me a boo box, but it'll come in separate parcels. So we're going to open it up, see what's inside, because it depends on what's in here. I could potentially use something for the rolls that will come up in a minute as well, and I will let you know my updates on my reading as well. This could be a long update. Bear with me. Alright, let's see what's in these first. I don't know if there's like a rhyme or reason to this. I'm not sure. Let me just double check. Amanda. Colouring book. Do you say this? Hi G? I'm not sure. Shire, scary, cute little village. Stop it. That's freaking adorable, and it's going to give me so much to do this weekend. Stop. Right, what else have we got? What on earth is in here? Amanda, this is too much. Okay, she sent me a cute little batty ballpoint pen. Oh, that's adorable. Very cute. Always down for a new pen. Oh my god. Stop it right now. That's fucking adorable. Look at that. And cute as hell pumpkin charm on it. That's adorable. Oh my god. There's a gift card in here. There's entirely too much. I've got no idea how much is on there. I'll find out later. Stop. This is so fucking cute. I've never had a boo box before. Oh, that's adorable. Stop it, Amanda. I'm assuming this is all from Amanda anyway. She did say it might come in several different boxes. The whole ass envelope for this. Okay, what is this? Maybe it deserved the whole ass envelope. Oh, stop it. They're earrings. It's a little ghosty devil with a pumpkin. Oh my god, that is so cute. Stop it. Right. I cannot. This is so cute. Honest to god, terrified about what's in that massive box. I'm not gonna lie, like this box itself terrifies me, but that box, what is in here? Wait, it's got a lid. What? It's got a lid. It's got a lid. Stop what you're doing, it's got a lid. No, stop it, because... Oh, get the fuck out, because... Oh, stop. Stop it, that's so cute. Oh. Freaking adorable. Right, what is in here? Right, okay. Just... Okay. I can't. I'm feeling overwhelmed. This is the sweetest thing. Oh my god, they're well cute. Halloween socks. Very cute. I don't have any Halloween socks. That's adorable. Love them. Cute. Adds a button. What's in here? Stop it immediately. Stop it. Stop it. That's so cute. And its legs pop together. Adorable. Right. Last one. Feels like my birthday. This is entirely too early. You're like 2 months too early. 3 months? 2 months too early. Amanda, what the fuck is it? No, because this feels like it could break and like it cost a lot of money. What do you mean? What do you mean? Are you gonna make me cry? Stop. It's fucking adorable. Fuck's sake. This is so fucking... I'm gonna have to give it a wipe down because I'm chasing the This is fucking adorable. Oh my god. I'm chasing these bits around off the... because they're static. This is fucking adorable. Oh, that is so cute. Andy's gonna go, what have you been doing? And I'm gonna go, I didn't buy any of it. It was, none of it was me. It was all Amanda. I am obsessed. I have never had a boo box before. This was so sweet. Socks, a tote bag, a colouring book. And the author of this book is called Steph as well. Amazing. A bookmark, a pen, some earrings, and a gift card. I'm frightened to know how much money is on there. And this freaking adorable thing. Amanda, I cannot with you. This is the cutest thing. Thank you so much, my love. This is so sweet. Oh my god. I think I might have just died. So cute. I'm obsessed. Oh. Thank you so much. I love you. That is the sweetest, sweetest thing. You are the sweetest being. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I love you a whole heckin' ton. Thank you. I don't feel worthy or like I deserved this in any way, shape or form, but thank you very much. Jeez. Okay, I finished Bonded by Thorns. I just feel like I need a minute. I finished Bonded by Thorns by Elizabeth Helen. I enjoyed this. This was really good. I thought it was going to be way smuttier than it was. It was smutty in places. Oh, my heart is very, very full. It was smutty in places, but I did think that it was going to be more smutty with our main character, and that was not the case. It was more smutty with the on the guy's end, if that makes sense. I assume as the series goes on it does get more and more spicy, but I enjoyed this. I liked it. I think it set the world up really, really well, and I'm looking forward to continuing on with the series and seeing where this goes, especially with Rose and the guys as well. Obviously, naturally, I am really intrigued to see actually where it goes next because of how it ended, this one. And yeah, I really loved how this started though, but with Rosalie, who was working in the bookstore. So she lives in, is it called Little Orc, I think? And she works in a bookstore there. It's not a bookstore that she owns. Orca Cove, struggles. My brain just wants to say, my mouth just wants to say Grove. Orca Cove. She works there. She works in a bookstore, not that she owns, but she essentially works there almost for free because the guy that owns the bookstore essentially pays her nothing. She does a lot of overtime. She just loves to be there. Who wouldn't? So she works in this bookstore, and her dad, as Beauty and the Beast goes, her dad is off wandering around the world. He's actually looking for his wife, who he's convinced was taken by Fae. So he's trying to prove that Fae are real, and he's trying to look for his wife who disappeared 25 years ago or something. Rose is 26 and she has an ex-partner who's come back to town called Lucas, who's a prick and I don't like him at all. And then one day something's going down with something very big is going down in front of the whole town between her and Lucas, and someone turns up and is like, Rose, I found your dad's jacket, it's covered in blood, come with me, I'll show you where I found it. So she goes with him, and she ends up finding herself going through the veil that shouldn't be penetrable but is, and her dad has already found himself through the veil and has now been taken by these 4 fae. I think they're fae anyway, though I don't know yeah, they're fae, yeah. And she ends up, as in Beauty and Beast, swapping his position for hers, and she says she will stay and ride out his term, so his punishment. So that's what happens, and then things kind of go from there, but not all is as it seems. And we have the 4 princes, 2 of whom there is some male stuff going on with, and the other 2 very mysterious, one of them very broody, and the person that's kind of keeping her to one side. And obviously in order to break the curse, the guys have got to find their mate. I don't know if she is meant to be their mate as a whole. There seems to be another deal potentially going on with one of the princes somewhere else to do with something else and potentially her. I don't know. I haven't gotten to the bottom of it, and I think that that is kind of leading us into the second book. But I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. I liked the writing style. I liked the spice that we did get. I like the relationship between them all. Okay, so I'm assuming that this is Farron and Day. And then I am correct in my assumption that this is Ez for sure because of his description. And I'm assuming this is Kel. He is very much so broody and a bit of a miserable bastard. But yeah, these 2 have a thing, but are also very much so interested in Rose. And it was good. I enjoyed it. So I gave it 4 stars. So I'm going to give you my roll, and then I will, because the time is about to run out. I've done nothing but unbox in this sprint and do the rolls. So you're getting 2 rolls at the same time for reasons. You will see exactly why in a second, but I will come back to you with my books after this sprint, and also once I've made some lunch, because I'm actually really hungry and I can feel it in my bones that I'm starving. So I will come back to you with my books and what I'm picking for those in a second. Again, thank you Amanda for the beautiful boo box. I absolutely love it. You are such a sweetheart and I adore you. Thank you so much. Alright, we're back. Mood read. Let's go. We have got 10, that's a double as well, so we'll do another roll immediately after this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Most recent purchase, right. I'll have a look for something with that, but let's roll again. Most recent purchase, and then 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Past. A most recent purchase and a past book. Okay, let's have a butcher's. Hey, I entirely forgot to come back and update you on what I've decided to read for these prompts. So we've got most recent purchase and then a past book as well, which is a book that I should have gotten to by now or has been on a past TBR, however you want to interpret it. So I'm actually going to pick 2 books that I am part way through already. One of them I have mentioned that I am already reading throughout this vlog anyway, so I might as well try and squeeze it in while I can. And that is Training the Heart, and this is a most recent purchase. This came in yesterday or the day before. So I am on page 258. This is a cowboy romance. It is the second in this series, the Silver Pine series. The first one being Holding the Reins, and in this one we're following Wade Ashby, who is the brother of Cece Ashby from the first book. And we are also following Ivy. Now Ivy has ended up coming as a temporary trainer to help out on the farm while their trainer is off on maternity leave. And she immediately gets under Wade's skin. She's quite sassy and she talks a lot. She's got quite the motor mouth, but she's very beautiful naturally, full of curves, tattoos, all of that good stuff. And he is attracted to her, but I mean, the attractions may be immediate, but they do take their time kind of figuring out how they feel about each other. Wade is currently going through a divorce with his ex-wife Janelle, who's a bit of a bitch, a lot of a bitch actually, and he's also kind of running the whole business as well since his dad died. So he's got a lot of weight on his shoulders at the moment, and he finds that Ivy kind of brings out the, I don't know how to explain it, she kind of brings out the side of him that wants to dream again and that wants to do things for himself as opposed to for everybody else. And she's the kind of person that will ask him, Wade, what is your dream? What do you want to do? Do you want to be running this ranch? What do you want to do with it? And things like that. So she makes him think a lot, and I'm really enjoying this so far. I am feral for Wade. He is very, very handsome. I don't know what he looks like, but from the book, he is very, very handsome, very spicy, and I'm really enjoying the spice so far. And this man, he loves to give Ivy, just if nothing else tempts you to pick this book up, I hope this does. He loves to give Ivy, you know, a little bit of a hand necklace, and he decides to bling up his hand necklace with a tattoo. I don't know if you need any more information than that, but he does. Mine. You know? Anyway, loving that. So, most recent purchase. And then for past, anybody remember back in April when I started this and I just did never come back round to it, because I fucking do, and I'm sick of myself. It's not the book's fault, it is mine entirely. So I'm sick of seeing it on the floor. It's ended up really colour damaged, the edges have ended up really sun damaged. Guys, watch your books in the sun, in the windows, because they will end up sun damaged whether they've got sprayed edges or not. Those of you that keep your sprayed edges books are facing out, are so much braver than I am. Just be careful please, because they will end up sun damaged if you leave them facing that way too long, and especially if they're right in the window as well. They will end up sun damaged very quickly if they're in the window as well. Just because they're sprayed doesn't mean they're protected, so just be careful. I've had it before. I don't even think I own the book anymore, I think it's gone now, but I've had it before where the pink on top is completely like washed out compared to everywhere else on the book because it was on a shelf and the sun got to it. Just be careful. Anywho, yeah, I am 257 pages into this. Amy did send me a copy of this right before it was about to come out, and I took it on holiday with me when I went to Turkey earlier on this year, and I just didn't finish it, and then I've put it down and not come back to it. Out of sight, out of mind. Honest to God, it's a true thing with ADHD. I'm not joking. This is the third and final book in this series, and in this one we are following Mina, who in the first book, her mum kind of walked out on her the previous year, and her sister then decided to go to New Orleans for uni, and Mina was kind of left with their aunt. So her aunt wants to go away for the summer vacation, and Mina decides to go to New Orleans for summer vacation and go and work with her sister. So she ends up moving to New Orleans with her sister, but some strange goings on start to happen, and there are vampires and things like that, and now we have progressed to a cult. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I am just going to continue off from where I am. I'm not going to start again. I'm just going to get this book bloody finished. And I feel like this, even though I am partway through and I am close to the end, I've only got around 130 pages left, I do feel like this still counts for this prompt, because I've been reading this book since April, and it's a book that I should have finished by now, and I just haven't done so. So to prioritise it and get it off of my currently reading and get it finished will be a good shout. Again, it's not the book's fault, it is me. I am loving this book. I am the problem, not the book. So if I end up giving this 4 or 5 stars, don't be thinking, my God, she put that down for months on end, she's still going to give it a high rating. What the fuck? It's not the book's fault, it's mine. So just to be fully aware, and again, shout out to Amy for sending me a copy of this. I truly appreciate it. She did sign it and personalise it as well, so thank you, Amy, for sending me a copy of this. And thank you to Del Rey. Actually, they didn't send me a copy of this, but thank you to them for sending me the ARC so that I could pick it up early. I want to get this finished today, ready for doing a review in a little bit. So this is what I'm going to pick up first, and then I will go on to this, and we'll do another roll once I get them finished. So that's what I'm moving on to. The way that Paisley Hope dresses this man. We had a description of him wearing his jeans and a Henley and a Titans cap earlier on in the book, and then he turns the Titans cap round and rolls his sleeves up. I almost died. We've just had a description now of Wade. He no sooner exits than Wade appears in the door looking so perfect, so settling, his gorgeous masculine features flex as he stands there in a pair of perfectly fitting jeans, a white hoodie and his backwards Titan cap. Why is that so hot? Can somebody explain that to me? Why is that so hot? Paisley Hope, you know how to dress your men. Hello, it is Friday. I'm doing a lot of filming in this room this week because I'm spending a lot of time in this room this week. It is Friday afternoon, it's 20 to 1 and I'm about to go wake Andy up so that we can go to my brother's. I need to go and get the car and I want to see the kids, and I am getting my hair done this evening as well. So I'm about to set off to go and do that, but a couple of updates for you. I have finished Training the Hope. I could take this out. Training the Hope by Paisley, no, Training the Heart by Paisley Hope. Struggles. I did finish this. I gave it 5 stars. This is my 3rd book by this author in 2 months that I've given 5 stars. In fact, I've given all of her books so far because she's written 3 5 stars. There is a 3rd one in this series coming out in May next year, and I'm hoping to get an arc of it because I've just applied for one, so fingers crossed we'll see. And there should be a 2nd one to Wolf as well, hopefully coming out at some point next year as well. I don't know if it'll come before the 3rd one in this series or not. I loved this. 5 stars. Wade and Ivy were incredible. I loved the fact that we got to see so much of Cece and Nash as well from the 1st book, holding the reins. That was great. Loved the relationship and the communication between Wade and Ivy as well. This is something that I think Paisley Hope does really, really well. She doesn't really do miscommunication. She doesn't do 3rd act breakups. She, you know, she's really, really good at the communication and making sure that these characters are constantly talking to each other. There is, I will say, just be wary. I think it's mentioned at the beginning of the book. Yeah, so there's warnings for, there is a lot of open door sexual content in here. It's very spicy. There is the impression of fertility struggles as well and discussion of this as well, so just be wary of that going in. It's mentioned quite a lot in this. It is very much so a topic at the forefront of the discussion between the 2 characters, and is quite shocking what happens with that as well. And there is also discussion of grief in here as well, so just be wary of that. Both of our main characters have lost somebody very important in their lives and it affects them a lot. So overall, loved this. 5 stars. So this was for most recent purchase, and then because I rolled a double, I did immediately roll another book as well, which I did pick, Mina and the Cult for by Amy McCaw, which is the 3rd and final book in this series, for past a book that I should have gotten to already. So I did start around, yeah, so I started on page 257 and I'm currently on page 309. So I've read 62 pages since 52 pages since last night, and I'm aiming to hopefully maybe finish this today. We will see. I have also done my next roll so that I'm ready to go. I really wanted Andy to do it for me, so I'm going to show a clip of that now and let you know what he rolled for. Alright, Andy's actually going to do my next roll for me. So we're last on past, and he's going to come and roll the dice. I got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is a Becca wreck. Oh, that was on the tilt. It was a Becca wreck. Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
Okay, so he did get Becca wreck. Now, this one's really hard for me because me and Becca, we have both similar and not similar reading tastes. So there's a lot of her favourites that I've DNF'd or not liked. Red Rising I wasn't a fan of, but she predicted that that would be the case. I have DNF'd Guild. I wasn't a fan of Fortuna Sworn. Sorry, Becca, I know that is definitely one of your favourites, but I wasn't a fan of that. Touch of Darkness, which is one that she's recommended quite a lot, by Simone St. Clair, I know I won't like. It is another Greek mythology retelling, romance retelling. So I know I won't like that because I didn't like Guild. So I've never really bothered picking that one up. So there's a whole bunch. You know, we have some crossovers and some that we don't like. I love the Illuminae files. I love, obviously, ACOTAR. I have tried Throne of Glass. I will not be continuing with that series. So it's really hard for me. Then there are some chunky ones that she really likes, that she recommends. All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. I do want to read that series. It's a duology and I have them both, but I don't really want to start like a chunkier book that's the start of a series right now, because again, Magnolia Parks I could pick up, and also, what was the other one that I was thinking of? The Final Strife by Sarah Al-Arifi. I have all of those now, but again, very chunky. So I was looking for something a little bit smaller that I could potentially do. I've ended up doing a poll on Patreon because I can't make this decision. So I could reread Cinder by Marissa Mayer. This is an old favourite of Becca's, and I love this series and I've been wanting to reread it, so I could reread this. Probably shouldn't start another reread, but I could reread this. There's also Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher that I could read. I've never read that one before, and I know it is a recent favourite of Becca's. I think it's one of her favourites of the year so far, so that's another one that I could do. And then a couple of graphic novels. So there is Die Volume 1. I've read Die Volume 1, but I have the rest of the series, and haven't read this in ages, so I could reread this one and then just read the rest of the series. I've got all 4 volumes, so that is something I could do. Or when I think of Becca, I think of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now, you're supposed to read these in a specific order, and I do have the first 4 that I can read in the right order. So I've got volume 1 of Buffy, and then it's volume 1 of Angel, and then volumes 2 and 3 of Buffy that I could read. I then need volume 2 of Angel to continue on, which I don't have, but I do have volumes 4 and 5 of Buffy, and then volume 4 of Buffy, and then Willow. So I need a couple more of the others before I can continue on, but it would be nice to get through these and see whether or not I want to continue collecting them. My birthday and Christmas are coming up, so I can put them on my wish list. So I feel like if Buffy wins, I will read these first 4 volumes, well, first 3 volumes of Buffy and then the first volume of Angel. If Die wins, I will read all 4 volumes of Die. And then we also have Nettle and Bone and Cinder as well as options. So I've put the poll in my Patreon Discord, and that can be going on while I'm trying to finish Mina and the Cult. So I thought I would just come on, give you an update. I'm glad I'm going back to this. It is taking me a little while. I'm finding that my concentration is all over the place. I don't currently have like an audiobook on the go, which is why I did the next roll, in the hopes that I could get an audiobook. But now I'm in a situation where I can't make the decision. So I will just do my best to finish Mina and the Cult tonight, if not first thing tomorrow morning, and then move on to the Becca Rec. And if one of the graphic novels gets picked, I will do another roll for an audiobook, but if not, I will obviously read the Becca Rec and then do my next roll. So I will probably see you tomorrow morning, because I'm going to go now and get all of the things sorted that I need to get sorted. I need to go and get the car from my brother's, do a little bit of work, see the kids, and then get my hair done. So yeah, I will check back in with you then. Good morning. It is Saturday, and this is what we're currently working with. Buffet. Phoebe Buffet. This is what we're currently, I have lost my mind. This is what we're currently working with at the moment. Buffy did win the poll, so I will be picking that up today. And I am currently on page 327 of Mina. I have like 57 pages left, so I will finish that today as well. However, it is currently 5:44 in the morning, and I could desperately use an audiobook just to get me through a couple of hours until I properly wake up and will be suitably awake for a physical read. So let's see if we can get an audiobook. We did finish on Becca yesterday when Andy rolled for me, so let's see what we get. Okay, we got 9. Hey, don't go to sleep. We got 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bone colour. I think that is anywhere from white to light brown. Okay, I think I can work with this. Alright, I'm back after taking a very long time to decide what to read. I really wanted to pick up We Used to Live Here by Marcus Cleworth, but I kind of just want an audiobook just to go on in the background that I can mindlessly listen to while pottering around, maybe just still trying to wake up. So I've decided not to go for that one because I really do want to concentrate on that one, probably immersion read and follow along with the physical book. So I'm actually going to go for one that I've got on my Kindle. It's a Kindle Unlimited book, and I also have the audiobook for as well, and it's called The Asylum Confessions. I'll show a picture of the cover here. It does have like a bone-ish type coloured cover, and I'm going to go for this one. It's by Jack Steen, and I don't know the synopsis of it off the top of my head. It's fiction, I think, but it sounds very true crime-esque. So this guy is, what do they call him, the Angel of Death. Basically these people who have been condemned to death because they're like serial killers or like murderers or whatever, have gone to this guy, this Angel of Death, and he basically says to them, tell me the truth of what happened and I will make sure that your death is quick and painless. If you don't, I will make it very, very painful. So it says, the synopsis says, I'm just looking at my computer, the synopsis says they arrive alive and they always leave dead, but first they give me their confessions. My name is Jack Stern, and for those who arrive on my death ward at the asylum, I am the last face many will see before they die. I am the night nurse at the asylum for the criminally insane. Most of my patients are serial killers and mass murderers, and they know me as the Angel of Death. When they come on my floor, I offer a deal. Tell me their story, the real one, the one they haven't told anyone else. So if the killers have never confessed to their crimes, some keep certain information to themselves. Those are the stories I want. If they give them to me, I'll make their death easier. The majority of these killers are expert manipulators. I realise they could be playing me and messing with my head. It's a chance I'm willing to take. And now they might just be playing with yours too. Inside this book are 4 deathbed confessions. Patient 1024 has an interesting appetite. Patient 974 is the Ken to his Barbie and he would do anything to keep her happy. Patient 871 is a nanny, but not when you want watching your kids. And patient 1203 is the sweetest broken soul you'll ever meet, but her confession is a hard listen. It sounds really interesting. When I first read the synopsis, when I got this book, I thought it was non-fiction, but it's not. I'm fairly certain that it is fiction. Yeah, it's down as medical fiction, medical thriller and horror fiction. So it is fiction. It just sounds very non-fiction-esque. So I'm intrigued by this. It sounds really good. And it is a series of like 1 of 8. So if I like it, I can continue on the series, which is nice. And if not, it'll just be a one-time read. So I'm going to give that a bash, I think. A nice, easy, relatively quick as well, 5 hours and 53 minutes audiobook. So it won't take me too long to get through, a couple of hours. And by that point, hopefully I'll be awake. I can finish Mina and then read Buffy. So that is my intention this morning. So let's go and do that. Hey, look at that. 0 currently reading. Also, 200 books read. Amazeballs. That will change though in a second when I pick this up. Alright, hello. I'm here with many an update for you. It is like gone 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So some time has definitely passed and I really need to get some lunch, so I'm going to try and make this as quick as I can. I've finished 3 books and I've done another couple of rolls. So I have finished the Asylum Confessions. I'll put it up here. I gave this one 3.5 stars. It was good. I enjoyed it. The first 2 made me feel very, very sick to my stomach. These guys were horrendous, like really, really, really bad people, and what they did was vile. The third one, she was called Bucky, and bless this poor woman. I feel terrible for her, and I feel the exact same way as the nurse did in his storytelling. I feel really, really bad for her and what happened to her and how she ended up in the situation she was in. Really, really felt for her. And then the last one I just felt really, really uneasy about, because I kind of understood where she was coming from, but I feel like there was more to it and we didn't get the full story, which is again exactly how the nurse felt. So I liked it overall. It's the sort of thing that I would pick up again, because there are like 8 of them, so I would definitely be drawn back to it again if I wanted a nice, easy, quick listen that gives me quite some storytelling. I definitely would come back to it. So I gave that one 3.5 stars, and that one was for Bone. So I've read these out of order of when they've come through, to be perfectly honest, with the rolls, but I've still finished the books and completed them. So then I did move on to Mina and the Cult, and I finished the last 57 pages of this. I give this one 4.5 stars. I do think the break, because it took me 196 days to finish this book, I think the huge break that I had between putting this down back in April/May and picking it back up again now has affected my reading and my enjoyment of this a little bit, which is my fault, not the books, for sure. So it has affected it a little bit, and I did have to show that in my rating, unfortunately. But overall, I really, really love this. I love the series. I love the atmosphere of being in New Orleans and it being in the 90s as well, because it's set in 1995. So I loved the whole atmosphere. I love the set of characters that we've got. This one did have me gasping and also laughing out loud as well. I was quite shocked towards the end at how it all wrapped up and how it all ended. But I really enjoyed this one, and it was very, very good. So if you're looking for a fun time and you're looking for a good slashery vampire story, this is great, and I would recommend it. So I did finish that one, and that one was for Past, The Prompt of Past. And then I moved on to Buffy the Vampire Slayer Volume 1, High School is Hell. This is for a Becca rec. So I said when I was picking this that I was going to read the 4 volumes that I have in order to gauge whether or not I want to continue collecting the series. I think I will continue, but I don't want to do it right this second, so I don't want to read these back to back. I may continue reading them throughout the weekend, but I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to get through all 4 of those volumes that I mentioned. But I think I do want to continue. I was never one to watch Buffy when it was on. I didn't grow up on Buffy. I probably should have. It was around my generation. Like, Becca loves Buffy and it was around my generation, but I didn't grow up watching it. And I think that's got a lot to do with the fact that I was a scaredy cat as a kid. I still am, to be perfectly honest. It wasn't until I started watching Supernatural when I was around 19, 20 that I then started to get into horror a little bit more. So I never really watched this, but I did enjoy this volume. I thought it was quite good. There were moments where things didn't seem to quite make sense and I had to flip back to make sure I'd not missed a page. But overall, I did enjoy it, and I am intrigued enough to want to continue and see what happens in Angel Volume 1 and see how that goes. So I may do that. We'll see what happens. But I did give it 3.5 stars and I liked it. It was good. So let's get into our next few rolls. I did a roll and then I went back and did another one. So I will show you the rolls back to back so you can see what happens. So I'm not like back and forth between coming, you know, the rolls and then coming back to me to find out the book and then see what roll came up next. I'll explain myself in a second once you've seen the rolls. So here are the rolls back to back for you. Alright, we last landed on Bone. So let's roll again. We got 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A mood read. Oh, nice. Another one. Love that for me. Alright, so I'm here to see if we can get a physical read as well. I like to have 2 books on the go, an audio and a physical at the same time. I read the physical when I go to bed at night more than anything, but we did finish off on Mood Read, so let's see what damage we can do. Oh shit, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Most recent purchase. I will go through my Kindle and see what's on there. Oh shit. Right, we need to do this one as well. Maybe I can get a graphic novel on as well or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A small book. I can manage that. Let's do that. Shit. Okay, so I got Mood Read, and for this one I did decide to go with Here With Me by Brooke Montgomery. I am denied about this one, and I shouldn't have really, because I've been trying to find a prompt that I can put this on the board with. I did want to pick up We Used to Live Here by Marcus Cleaver. I really want to read that book, but there's so many other prompts that that book could fall under, whereas this one not so much, because it's not necessarily, well, it's not spooky at all, it's cowboy romance. So I do really want to pick this one up. I've read book 3 in this series, the Sugarland Creek series. I got it as an arc, and I had no idea about the series up until that point. You can read them individually, but I do feel like I've missed out a little bit on the character developments of the previous characters' books, if that makes sense. So this one does follow Noah, who is the sister of this family, and she ends up dating, I think, is it her ex-boyfriend's dad? Yeah. Forbidden Age Gap standalone from small town romance author Brooke Montgomery about a daring horse trainer and her off-limits ex-boyfriend's dad. Now, I loved Noah and Fisher, more so Noah. We got a lot of her in the 3rd book, Fall With Me, and I loved her in that book, so I'm really excited to get to her story. And I actually have an arc of book 4 coming tomorrow, Only With Me. So I know I'm doing this quite messily, and I will end up doing like 2 Brooke Montgomerys almost back to back, but I really want to pick this up. I'm very much so in the mood for it. I have been since I read Fall With Me. I've been prioritizing other books, and I should have prioritized these really. So I definitely want to read this one for Mood Read, so cowboy romance, just to break things up a little bit. And then I rolled again, because this will be an audiobook, and I like to have a physical book going on in the background as well, because that's what I'll tend to pick up at night when I go to bed, rather than the audiobook. And I don't know if I'll get this finished today, so this may bleed into tomorrow. So then I wanted a Kindle book, and what happened was, you've already seen, I rolled a double. So I rolled a 10, and we got most recent purchase. So I'm going to do it this way around, but regardless, these prompts are interchangeable. So for most recent purchase, I'm going to go for Merry Little Mishap by Vivian May. This is an arc that came in yesterday. So I didn't purchase it specifically, but it is my most recent things to come in. It's an arc that I got yesterday from Love Notes PR. Shout out to them for sending me this one. And as far as I'm aware, it's under 200 pages. It's a novella, and it is a Christmas romance. So I'm excited to give this one a read. I'm kind of trying to stay away from my Christmas books at the moment until spooky season's over. Like 1st of November, Christmas romance ensue. You know, all the Christmas books come at me, but it's not been spooky season yet. However, this book comes out on the 1st of November, so I do want to get to it before then. But again, it's under 300 pages, so it could count for that prompt. And then the other book that I'm going to go for, which is a recent purchase, but it's not my most recent purchase, it is Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. It's a graphic novel. I know nothing about this other than the fact that there is a bear dragging a bag with blood coming out of it across the forest. So I don't know what's going on. Don't murder the locals. This is adorable brown bear and small town serial killer Samantha Strong's cardinal rule. After all, there's a sea of potential victims in the big city just beyond the forest. And when you've worked as hard as Sam to build a cosy life and thriving business in a community like Woodbrook, surrounded by friendly fellow animal folk and an aroma of cedar trees and fresh apple pies, the last thing you want to do is disturb the peace. So you can imagine Sam's outrage when one of the Woodbrooks owned meets a grisly, mysterious demise. And you wouldn't blame her for doing anything it takes to hunt down her rival before the body count rises and Sheriff Patterson starts literally barking up the wrong tree. But this sounds batshit crazy, but sign me up. I can't remember where I even saw this, but I'm obsessed. I thought the cover was adorable till I realised it's a bear dragging a bag with potentially a dead body in it. Still cute though. So yeah, I'm gonna pick those two as my physical reads. So I aimed for 2 and I got 3 books. I don't know how we got here, but those are my next 3 reads that I'm aiming for. So we've got Here With Me by Brooke Montgomery, we've got Merry Little Mishap by Vivian May, and we have Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. So I'm gonna go because I really need to make some food, and these updates are really long. So you know, I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry. I'm gonna go. I'll see you in a bit. Hello, good morning. Okay, this didn't quite go to plan as I had hoped, especially this weekend. I didn't update you yesterday, and I have not read the books that I mentioned on Saturday for the last books for this vlog. So we had the roles of a mood read, we had most recent purchase, and we had under 300 pages, and I didn't read them. So I've made a note of them. I may try and fulfill those by the end of the month. I may not, we'll see, I don't know. But what actually happened was that I have come down with a cold. I don't sound like it now, but the middle of the day it all goes to shit. And yesterday wasn't as bad as I thought, to be honest. I felt terrible in the morning, but as the day went on I did feel a little bit better. I just didn't really want to read, so I didn't. But Saturday I felt fine in the morning. That's probably because I got up with Andy, so I was super duper productive, and then about 3 o'clock my whole world went to shit. Like, I felt horrendous, so I ended up having to cancel sprints. Luckily Jade sets them up for her patrons and said that mine could join, which was so nice of her. Shout out to my bestie. And yeah, yesterday I just ended up spending the whole day binge watching BookTube, which to be honest was really nice because I don't make time for it anymore. Whenever I do get free time and I get the chance to have the TV to myself, to be honest, I don't I don't have the time to myself, but whenever I do get the chance to have the TV to myself, I end up filming, editing, reading, as opposed to actually watching any BookTube. So it was really nice. I caught up on like 6 or 7 videos yesterday, really long ones as well. I made an effort with some really long videos, so that was nice yesterday. I did feel a little bit guilty about not reading. I did pick something up last night right as I was going to bed, not for long, but it was nothing to do with this. It will move on into next week's vlog, so I'm not going to mention it. But yeah, it all went to shit yesterday. I ended up not doing any Patreon sprints. I feel bad about it, but I was unwell, so I don't know, we'll see what happens. I may even, those prompts, I do still have some books left that I haven't completed yet for October's rolls. We do still have the rest of this week and then next week, but Vampathon starts on Saturday. I am thinking of making my Vampathon Monday, like the following Monday. Today is Monday. The following Monday through till that weekend. So I'm thinking of shifting my Vampathon by 2 days and making it a week instead of 6 days, I think it is. So I'm thinking of doing that with my Vampathon. So I will be joining in like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'll extend mine to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just because my weekend is free and we'll probably be doing some family stuff or getting some stuff together for whatever, I don't know, Christmas shopping, I don't freaking know. Thursday and Friday I do have free this week, so I may try and focus on completing this week. I may try and focus on completing the rest of the prompts from October's TBR, and then whatever I had left over from this TBR, because I also didn't complete the black prompts either. Could be a case of me just trying to fulfill them with some graphic novels and manga, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, I may try and complete those as well. But I did manage to read. Wasn't too bad, to be honest. I'm pretty impressed with it. So I read another volume of Killing Stalking. This was for a chance card, and the book on it was Killing Stalking, so I did read that. Then I did read The Haunting of Ashburn. No, I didn't. Then I DNF'd The Haunting of Ashburn House by Darcy Coates. This was for a black cover, which is the prompt that's still outstanding because I only got 50 pages in. And I am saying it's still outstanding because I didn't get far enough into this. But I can't decide whether to put this back on my shelves and give it another try another time, whether it was my mood or whether it's the book. I was really bored, I'm not sure. Then I did read Bonded by Thorns for a mood read. I gave this one 4 stars, gave Killing Stalking 4 stars. Really enjoyed this, it was very good and I'm excited to continue on with the series. Then I read Training the Heart for most recent purchase. I landed on mood read and most recent purchase twice in this round. Interesting. Training the Heart for most recent purchase, I gave this 5 stars. It was fantastic, absolutely loved it. Then I read Mina and the Cult, well, finished Mina and the Cult for Past. It's a book that I 100% should have finished by now, and I'm so glad it's now off my Goodreads. Currently reading. I gave this 4.5 stars, 4 on Goodreads. Then I did read Buffy the Vampire Slayer for Beckerec. I enjoyed this. I gave it, was it 3.5 stars? I do think I will continue on for some time, but yeah, I don't know how long I'll continue on for. For the time being, I'm not going to buy any more of these though, that's for sure. And then we had, what did we have? Mood Read, which I did pick Here With Me for by Brooke Montgomery. I started this, I got 70 pages in. I will say I am really enjoying this, but I will say a couple of things actually. I am audiobooking while following along with the book. The narrator for the male main character, Fisher, is not great. He sounds, I don't think I've read a book that's got an AI narrator, but he sounds like an AI, like really emotionless. There is nothing to his voice and he doesn't, I don't know, I'm just not enjoying his narration of this book. The female narrator, fantastic, she's really good. I actually kind of wish they just had one narrator for the whole book. It's not very often I find that, but I kind of wish they had one narrator for the whole book because she's even doing his portions better than he is. But no offense, I just don't think he's doing a very good job personally. I haven't seen anybody else complain about it on Goodreads though, which is weird. So maybe it's just me that's listened to the audiobook, or maybe it's just me in my head. It was making me uncomfy. So I think that I'm going to end up physically reading this one. I have downloaded it on my Kindle because it is on Kindle Unlimited. Don't with me, I love these covers, okay? But the second thing is that I don't know what I was thinking when I picked this up for Mood Read, knowing full well that I'm getting an arc of the 4th one in the series. Now the arc hasn't come through yet. It should have done. It was meant to come on Friday. There was a delay. It's meant to come yesterday. I don't know what's happened. Brooke has delayed the book a couple of days coming out completely. There is no point though at that point in me having an arc and having to rush myself through the book to get the review done. So I may email the PR company that are dealing with the arcs and let them know that maybe I don't want one. I'll just wait for release and then I can continue on with this and I'm not rushing through this or that. I feel like it was a dumb decision to read 2 books in the same series back to back. So then I can just focus on this one and I'll get to that one when I come round to it. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I applied for it because I assumed that we would get it before it comes out, which is the whole point in getting an arc, isn't it? That you can get to it. In which case, I would have made time for it, but there's no way I'm now making time for that book and rushing through it for release day. It's not happening. So they're delayed now. I wanted to do it this weekend and they've, you know, messed about. So 70 pages in, so I'm either going to put this down for a little while or I will continue on with it this coming week as a physical read. You'll find out in my upcoming vlog. And then we did have most recent purchase again, and then under 300 pages. So I have made a note of those so that if I do want to complete them at some point I will do, which I can do because I've still got to read Merry Little Mishap. I will read that one. That has come in on time and it will come out, it doesn't come out till the 1st of November, so I've got time to get to it, and it's a shorty patati one as well. So I think it's been a successful week with Spookopoly Roll As You Go. I had a really good time actually. I was only going to do this over the weekend and now I'm really glad that I did it for the week because the vlog would have just been ruined otherwise, which is a real shame. So I'm glad that I did it over the week. I've got my little number 6 here. Yesterday, to be fair, was actually really nice to be spending my 6-year BookTube anniversary just catching up on BookTube. It was actually kind of nice. I'm sad that I wasn't spending it with my patrons, but it is what it is, you know, you can't have it all. It is sick season. It is flu season, so I am feeling a little bit better today. I'm hoping that that continues as the day goes on and I don't feel worse as the day goes on, because I'm supposed to be looking after the kids just for a little bit this evening while it's Thomas's parents' evening at school. So we'll see, but that is everything for this vlog. Thank you again to Serious Readers for sponsoring this video. I truly appreciate it. And if you would like to get £100 off a high definition light and free UK shipping, you can use my code Steph24. The link will be in the description box down below, as well as my code. Feel free to go and check them out. Cannot recommend them enough. Every reader needs one of these lights. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. Chat to me in the comments down below. What have you been reading recently? If you got to the end of this video and you don't really have anything to say, but you would like to leave an emoji to let me know you were here, let's leave a die, because you know I've been doing Spookopoly roll as you go. Leave a die or a ghost emoji, ghost or a die emoji. But yeah, I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.